Hey, welcome to an episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Only 2 weeks left till Christmas. We got a Christmas-themed beer here, sort of. This is Hardywood Gingerbread Stout, Imperial Milk Stout with cinnamon, vanilla, ginger, and honey. 9.2 ABV. And look at these accolades right on the can. Number 1, a perfect Christmas beer, beer connoisseur. Tastes like freaking Christmas, R-Score 100, beer advocate. So let's get in the glass here, using the Spiegel Stout glass. You can see it's very dark. Even the head is dark. And my idiot cat Logan keeps knocking over the tripod. But yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like a Marshall Zukov or something like that. Although now you can see the head has died down. By the way, this was part of a 3-pack that I got on 𝗑𝐴𝐵. So I got the gingerbread stout, a bourbon barrel aged version of this, and then they also have a gingerbread porter. So we'll probably do those all in a row. So for the 3 beers, it was only $15 for these 3 beers. That's a great deal. If you want to sign up with 𝗑𝐴𝐵, link in the description below. Use my link. You get $10 off your first purchase and less than the one that I sent you. All right, so let's dive in here as far as the aroma. Cinnamon, yes. Vanilla, yep. Ginger, yeah. And honey, yeah. This seems to be like a cinnamon honey bomb. You know, this is a stout, so you would think you would get in roasted malt and coffee and all that stuff, but that's the one thing that I am not a huge fan of these pastry stouts, is because I like the taste of the actual base stout, and also 9.2, that's like pretty imperial stout. And some imperial stouts with no additives or anything can be awesome beers. But yeah, so I mean, this smells, you know, I can tell it's very strong. I definitely can sense some alcohol in there. But it also smells very sweet. So let's dive in here. Cheers. I was right. It is very sweet. Wow. Very thick too. Actually, the honey seems to be like the most dominant flavor here. Honey and vanilla, and then in the background at first is the cinnamon, so it's adding like this spiciness. And then as it finishes and like in the aftertaste, I get a little bit more cinnamon and definitely some ginger. Although oddly enough, I would not say that it tastes like actual gingerbread cookies. I will say it tastes like a little 𝗏, F-A-U-X. So it doesn't taste like completely authentic. I mean, I can tell that they're, you know, most of this stuff I would assume is probably some kind of extract syrups or something. I can't imagine that they're cutting up, you know, vanilla beans and throwing them in there, but, you know, I've been wrong before, so who knows? By the way, let's top this off. You can see, actually coming out of the can, it's a very dark brown, but in the glass here, it looks, you know, just completely jet black, ink black, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so the sweetness on this one is quite high. Very high, I would say. I've had sweeter beers, and there doesn't seem to be like a lot of hops to balance that out. Although, when you have, you know, cinnamon, ginger, spices can also substitute for hops as far as balancing sweetness with a spice or a bitterness. But this one is, it's sweet up front and it's sweet in the aftertaste. So this is, if you like sweet beers, which I usually do, you'll like this one. It is a little boozy though, I will say. 9.2, you know, it seems rather light compared to like a Goose Island Bourbon County. But compared to most beers, you know, that's pretty hefty. I will say the alcohol is, you know, fairly, for the most part, pretty clean. It's not distracting. It's just, I notice it, but it's not like taking my mind off of the vanilla, lactose, cinnamon, all that stuff. By the way, so the mouthfeel on here is full-bodied for sure. Very creamy, soft texture. Carbonation is probably about moderate. Maybe, yeah, moderate low. So real smooth, easy drinking beer. Yes, it is 9.2, and yes, you do get some alcohol warmth. But it's not a challenge for me to drink. All right, so how to score the gingerbread stout? Well, you know, if you know me, I'm not a huge fan of like pastry stouts. hazy IPAs, kettle sours, all the trendy beers these days. I prefer more classic styles. But I will say that there is, even though it seems to me a little faux, a little inauthentic, there is a lot going on here. So, you got the lactose, the cinnamon, vanilla, ginger, honey, alcohol, plus the actual base stout, although it's a little obscured. I like that it's sweet. I would say it's a delicious dessert beer. It works great as a dessert beer. I kind of disagree with beer advocate and beer connoisseur saying this is like a world-class Hall of Fame beer. To me, this just seems like any other pastry stout, and take that for better or for worse. I mean, if you love pastry stouts, then you're gonna like this one. If you don't, then you probably won't. I like the complexity. I like the sweetness. I just think it's a little unbalanced. So this might seem low or it might seem high. I'm gonna go 4 out of 5 for the Hardywood Gingerbread Stout. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it.
Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.